Greetings. In this part of the discussion, we are answering and uncovering the lies from the rotten Zionists who invented a lie, satanic lie, that says Palestine was a land with no people for people with no land. This is, the lie from the rotten Zionists among the Jews and the Christians. Not all Jews are Zionists, not all Christians are Zionists, but they have those rotten Zionists in their midst. So let's go and give more proofs how this land of Palestine was never, ever with no people. Let's go to the book of Judges, chapter 13, verse 1. It says, "Again, the Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord." Let's start with the word again, again. This means this is not the first time. We'll speak about this in a different video. It says again. Many times. This verse, those words, this sentence is repeated many times in the book. Again, the Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord. Many times, literally, the same sentence is repeated. So again and again and again, this rotten nation did evil in the eyes of the Lord until he finally got fed up. He said, "That's it." And he threw them out of the Holy Land for 2,000 years until the stupid West brought them back to Palestine. Not God. But the Zionists in the West, they lie and say God brought them. No, he did not bring them. So Judges 13:1, again the Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord. So the Lord delivered them into the hands of the Philistines for 40 years. Many times, the Lord delivered them to the hands of the Philistines. And this time, it was for 40 years. They were serving as slaves to the Philistines. And back then, 1,000 years before Jesus, English did not exist. So the word is Philistines. That hundreds of years after Jesus, today we call them Palestinians and Palestine in English. But English did not exist 1,000 years before Jesus. At least to say 1,000 years. Very well. So here we understand that they went against the Lord again. And many times it will say again. The Israelis did evil in the eyes of the Lord again and again. Sometimes he destroyed them himself. Other times he gave them to the hands of the Palestinians, the Philistines, and so on. This story is like a broken record, playing the same music, ang, again and again. Let's go to verse 5. It reads, "You will become pregnant and have a son whose head is never to be touched by a razor, because the boy is to be a Nazarite dedicated to God from the womb. He will take the lead in delivering Israel from the hands of the Philistines." Now, a question to the rotten Zionists. This is a land with no people, empty land. So what your God is talking about, this is the word of God. What delivering them from the hands of the Philistines? What is this Philistines? A ghost? Or people living in the land? How the land was with no people? What proofs you have for this satanic lie, stupid lie? You keep repeating. Palestine was never ever without people. The people of Palestine, their father and grandfather started from the children of Noah. one of the sons of Noah was their grandfather. Like Isaac was to Israelis, Ham was to the Palestinians, from whom Canaan came. And from Canaan we had the Canaanites. Like from Jacob we have the Israelites. Same story. That's how far back they exist. From the days of Adam, just after the flood. Very well. So what's the story here? We are talking here, and many of them remember the stupid myth in the book about a man like Hercules. His name is Samson. His strength is in his hair. You cut the hair, his strength is gone. Stupid myth. So here God is telling the parent, never touch the head of this son with a razor. Do not cut his hair. He's a Nazarite. He's dedicated. He's going to be dedicated from the womb to God. Dedicated to God from the womb. When we say dedicated to God, it's supposed to be in complete worship, in righteousness, in obeying the Lord. Dedicated to the Lord. Dedicated to the Lord. But this stupid story, he was dedicated only to kill, and to show muscles. In a stupid story. That's all. So those Jews who wrote this book, they just want to create a fiction character, and through that fiction character, they can win a war against the Palestinians. In fiction. They cannot make it in reality. They cannot defeat the Palestinians in reality. So they have to invent some story. Like the story of Hercules in the Greek myth. This is the story of Hercules, Samson, in the Jewish myth. Myth. Stupid fiction. Not God's word. Very well. So we see here to delivering Israel from the hands of the Philistines. This means clearly for those who have a little bit of power to think that the land had Philistines in it, the Palestinians, who subdued and enslaved the Israelis. So here's a man is coming to save them from this slavery. The Philistines existed in the land forever. The land was never with no people. Take care.